Hi friends, today I wanted to talk about the Hydroplugs. So the Hydroplugs are a proprietary blend of cocoa and other ingredients. They're non-shedding, they're inert, and they are just fantastic for seed germination. In all the different products that I've used over the years, from rock wool to other peat products and plugs that shed heavily. These things are just amazing. They're very much you hydrate them, you sow your seed, and you just watch it grow. There's many videos that I have posted on this, and I'll probably be starting a new grow here soon, so we can go through the process again. But for the most part, these just hold the right amount of water and the right amount of oxygen. So you don't have to worry about having them too wet or too dry. Typically, what I'll do is I'll have my hydro plug in my hydropod, and I will keep this in a solo cup, and I will just water it once a day, dump the excess water out, keep some saran wrap over the top, and I have amazing success with germination. And basically what you'll see is as your seedling emerges and it gets, above the rim here, you're waiting for that to happen, and that's when you put this this foam collar on. So that blocks out the light, it gives stability to the plant, and then at that point you'll see the roots emerging from the bottom, and then that's when we put this above the deep water culture environment. But before that, we don't bother with it, so the light really isn't an issue. You can see how well these hydrate from the dry that it may, if it sits around, they do dry out, but they hydrate really well. And to hydrate them, I just put them in some water. You can pH the water to your 6 pH. You can put some beneficials if you want, but I go really, really light. They don't need much. Seedlings don't need a lot, right? But beneficials never hurt. And like I said, they're non-shedding, so they're really excellent. There is a little bit of, you'll see when you soak them, there is a little bit of debris that happens. But I mean, that's just from shipping and packaging. These rub together so they can create a little bit of shedding at that point. But that, for the most part, comes off once you soak them, right? The other thing I wanted to discuss is sometimes you may see a little bit of white stuff that is on these plugs. You don't have to worry. This isn't a harmful substance. It's called trichoderma. It's a fungus that can occur with these natural products, and in fact, it's actually very beneficial for plants and for the root system. So if you really want to remove it, you can do like a mild peroxide soak and that. But it's recommended to just not worry about it. It's not a mold or anything that you have to worry about. So just saying. So if you have any questions or comments, hit me up. Like I said, I'm going to start a new grow. I've wrapped up my peppers by pepper grow, so it's going to be time to make some new content with a new crop, and I'll be getting some seeds. I haven't decided on what I'm going to grow, but I am going to get a new grow going, and you can follow me along and watch the process of how I germinate, how I soak these, how I prep them, how I sow the seeds and germinate them, how we go through the process of getting the seedling tall enough to get the foam collar on, watching the roots emerge, and getting into that deep water culture environment, into the hydro buckets. So yeah, hit me up with any comments that you may have, any questions. We're always here to help.